Am I on your TV screen or your laptop screen or your phone screen? It could be any of those three things, or maybe a secret fourth thing that I don't know about. Maybe you're watching this on your Oculus. Maybe you're tuning in through the astral plane. Listen, I don't judge. I just create the content. What you do with it is your own situation, and I approve, whether or not I even know what's going on. And I don't know what's going on. Hello, Twitch universe. It has been quite a while since I've done a stream on Twitch. I usually stream on YouTube these days. So as long as everything's working, I'm going to pull up Twitch on my end here. And if you're out there and you're seeing this, you let me know that I've pulled this off yet again. Bonsoir, Tortoise Strike. Thank you. I can always count on you to let me know that the stream is actually live. All right, maybe I don't know what to do with all of this. I'm so excited. Join. Yes, I'm joining Valdudes. I'm trying this new thing where I co-stream with today's guest, Valdudes. We are so back. Yes, we are, Tortoise Strike. And, if tonight goes really well, maybe I consider co-streaming on YouTube and Twitch once again. Hi, Trias. Whoa, and Pete Fox DK is in the fucking building with the raid party of 169. 69, yeah, we said it live. This is an adult stream, if I haven't made that abundantly clear. Hello, Valdudes and Alzavar and Bob Duel and Case Foulboy and Torton Strike, as always, and the Machine Josh. How long do you think it would take if I just sat here and I tried to say everybody's name? I'll try to say a little bit more. Peter Iacano, Melvin the Mop Boy, and DJ Hallowed. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, Lynn B, to my little corner of the internet. It's literally a corner, as you can see. Usually I have a lot more going on in the background, but it has been a crazy 2025, and this is the setup now. However, I'm so excited to share with you all that I have a flat Eric. I saw Pete Fox's flat Eric in the background during his stream, which was so fucking amazing. Can we get some applause? Can we get some going big? Wait, was my applause already going? Was I just applauding the whole time? There it is. There it is. Flat Eric in the chat, in the screen. I just want to give that big round of applause for all of the DJs so far. Valdude's set was so good. I've so been enjoying all the jams. Of course, I had to stop and prep the stream myself, but it's What's Festival? Great question, Ace of Hearts TTV. We are going to get to the bottom of that and more, because Cat Calls, for all of the uninitiated, I am Cat Bine. This is my show, Cat Calls, where I interview a lot of DJs, a lot of producers, but also sometimes some of my fellow music journalists, sometimes just interesting people who do interesting things. And today, I'm part of the Festival celebratory raid train, because I'm going to be chatting with Valdudes and Magda Halina, where's my brain, about this 24-hour dance party going down in Los Angeles, but also being live streamed here on Twitch. Twitch is an official partner of Festival. You can buy tickets to experience it live, or you can join in on Twitch and you can be a part of the party. There's going to be not just DJ feeds, but also people in the audience exploring and showing off what the energy of the event is like. And I'm really intrigued. I can't wait to hear more about it and how they're trying to constantly, bridge the gap between digital space and physical space and bringing the dance community together in all ways possible. I myself am a DIY creative. Could you tell that this is a DIY show? I know you're shocked. It's very high production value, I know. But I love that there's so much technology out there available for people who want to do fun things and connect with other people. OMFG DJ feeds. Why are we talking about feeds in the chat? This is so not what I expected, but I like it. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Lynn B. I'm very glad to hear that. It's not just going to be me word vomiting at you the whole time. I promise we will get to a chat with folks, and there will be some music and there will be some fun. DJ feeds, he. I don't know. I'm just every once in a while I'll shout out people in the chat. I want you to know as well, people of the chat, that this is an interactive interview show. I mean, what's the point of having an interview show on Twitch if you're not going to be interacting with the chat? So if at any point y'all have burning questions that you want to ask Val or Mags, drop them in the chat and I will do my very best to get to them. And if I don't see it the first time, go ahead and spam it. I don't care. I'm just I'm just a facilitator for you. You can do whatever you want. However, since I've got your attention, I would love to show you that this is not the first cat calls. No, far from it. This is actually the latest of many cat calls. I've been doing this for going on 5 years, which is insane. I started in 2020 during COVID, as so many Twitch creators did. What's Val's fave ice cream flavor? Thank you, Mikezilla. I will get to that. I have posted all of my old cat calls streams on YouTube, on the Super Cat World YouTube page. And you can check out, I've got Nina Girachi, I've got Party Pupils, I've got Tennyson, Lily Moyeri, who's an amazing music journalist that I highly recommend, Son Holo, Glenjamin, Craze. I've talked to so many people over the years, and I'm really excited to get Val and Mags on my list of people that I've talked to in the show. And thank you, Ace of Hearts. My hair is awesome. My friend Jordan is very talented. Pete Fox, yo, did you see my flat Eric? I saw your flat Eric during your stream. That was really awesome. Also, just to self-promo before we really get, this is all preamble. It's not just ramble, it's preamble. I want to show off to you a thing that I did that I'm really excited about. I don't know, do we have any Justice fans in the chat? Speaking of Flat Eric and Ed Banger, any Justice fans in the chat? I did a mini documentary, it's 35 minutes long, about the latest Justice tour, which is going to be coming to an end at the end of this year. It's called Never Ender. It's on YouTube. I'm going to force you to watch the very beginning of it. Your studio is more or less a full-on Flat Eric museum. Even have the cassette tape. That's so fucking cool. I gotta get you on cat calls so we can have a Mr. Wazo off and see who has the coolest Mr. Wazo swag. So fun. If you haven't watched my documentary, I'm just
talk about our Lord and Savior Justice.
I'm very proud of it.
Hi, I'm Kat Bine, a music and culture journalist, and it's fair to say I'm a pretty huge fan of Justice. I've been following the French electronic duo since the release of their debut album Cross in 2007, and I've seen them at least once on every tour since 2008.
A lot.
I traveled to Coachella this year to interview the band around their new Hyperdrama show, and I was so impressed by what I saw, I asked to follow them on the East Coast leg of their tour and make a video documenting this moment in their history. They, said that I could, so I did. I know it's a bit crazy and insane to go to 4 Justice shows
love to
in the
have
span of
Pete
7
Fox on the
days.
show.
But if you've seen Justice, you would know it's not that crazy. Particularly this tour. It was like monumental, once in a lifetime shit. When I pitched it, I felt a little crazy, felt a little
Anyway, you guys get it. I just wanted to self-promo there a little bit, but Pete Fox, I would love to have you on the show. Your vibe is so great. I was loving all of those jams. I'm glad you're resting your feet. And before we really kick off the show, I just have one little last thing of self-promo to share. I have a newsletter that I put out about once a week. It's called Cat Scrawls. I took an extended hiatus recently, but I am back in full force. You're all part of the next era of the Super Cat World universe, and thank you so much for being here. I promise I will not just talk your ear off the entire time. We're about to start the show, I promise. But yeah, check it out. Check it out on Substack, Cat Scrolls. Check out Super Cat World on YouTube. This chat will be up there in full as well. And you can find me on Super Cat Worlds at Instagram or Cat Says Kill on Instagram as well. Have you heard enough from me yet? Are you like, I was just dancing to the bangerest of bangers for 4 hours. I thought this was going to be an interview show. I didn't know this was going to be some manic pixie dream girl with green hair and a flat Eric just blabbering about everything that she's done. I promise. There's more to this than that. Don't forget to drop your questions in the chat. I promise we're about to start the show. Case Spowboy, I'm glad you at least enjoy the jokes. And Pete Fox, let's definitely do it. Let's get you on the show. Manic Indie Sleaze Girl, I like that. Interesting self-description. You know, could you believe that none of this is scripted? I'm just not even on drugs. Like, I had 2 cups of coffee. But anyway, enough from me. Let's start the show. and welcome to another edition of Cat Calls. I am Cat Bine, I am your host, and this is my show that I do at least once a month, where I interview DJs, producers, musicians, music journalists, fun people, anybody the hell I want, actually. I'm Cat Bine, this is Cat Calls, and you're in the chat. Thank you so much, Case Spowboy, DJ Hallowed, Lynn B, Trias, Valdudes. Spoiler alert, Valdudes is going to leave the chat and enter the Cat Calls universe. But before we get into that, I want to hear a big round of applause and a big hubbub in the chat. Let me know if you were just jamming out to Pete Fox DK's insanely sweaty happy jump time mix of classic bangers before this raid train. I was reliving the golden age, fist pumping with the best of them while I was finalizing everything here on my end. But let's give a big round of applause to him, and also a big round of applause for today's guests. Give it up for Magda Halina and Valdudes, everybody. Yeah! DJ Hallowed will give the bub to someone wants to give the hub. Ooh, I like, is that a threat? Threaten me with a good fucking time. All right. Now, Val and Mags, these are two SoCal, I believe both of them are SoCal-based DJs, also appearing on the Festival lineup, July 26th and 27th. What is Festival? I know someone in the chat was asking that earlier, and I'm so glad you asked. It's a 24/7 dance party going down IRL in Los Angeles, but coming to life as well here around the world for everyone on Twitch. Each of the DJ sets will be streamed by those DJs on stage, but also by folks in the audience who are streaming, sharing the point of view of what it's like to be at the party from all angles. It's a Twitch-sponsored event helping to navigate the frontier of technology and rave culture, finding new ways to incorporate the incredible community you all build here with artists and viewers, and taking that energy into the live music event space. Magda and Val are going to chat with us on Cat Calls here today. Yes, I swear they're coming. About the magical experience of being DJs who live on the bleeding edge of this technology, which I'm really interested in as a DIY creator who relies on the ample free or close to free technology that exists, trying to build my own music-loving, culture-forward community of like-minded individuals. And I, of course, do that with my streams, my newsletter, my YouTube channel, yada, 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 any which way I can. Now, enough from me. To get us in the mood for today's call, I'm going to play a clip from Magda and Val's B2B set at TwitchCon, I believe last year in 2024. I'm sure most of you here are familiar with their styles, but this clip is going to give us a taste of their character and their energy. And when we come back, these personalities will be coming to life in two-dimensional on-screen conversation. So don't go anywhere and get your questions ready, because it's important to tell you that this is your show as much as it is my show. You are part of this conversation. Active participants, if you will. So be a part of it, have some fun during this dance break, and when we come back, Magda and Val will be on the line. Woo!
We weren't even crazy about each other yet. You know you can't forget. We weren't even lovers yet. Then you caught me in your net. We weren't even crazy about each other yet. You know you can't forget. We weren't even lovers yet. Then you caught me in your net.
Let's do it.
And we're officially live on Cat Call's Twitch channel as well, although we've been live with Val. We're co-streaming. It's so exciting. I feel like a boomer when I talk about it because I'm just like, I know what's going on.
Same here, though.
I know. Well, you guys are,
It's all new.
yeah, you guys are the experts. I'm so excited to chat with you. I think it's going to be a great conversation about how creatives can really utilize the technology that's out there to create community and create their own spaces. You know, the best thing to me as a creator in today's day and age is that you don't have to wait for anyone to give you the opportunity. There are so many ways for you to make what you want to make whenever you want to make it. Do you both feel that way? Do you feel super empowered as DJs to just say, fuck it, I'm DJing for the people whenever I feel like it?
Yes, that is like
100%.
one of my most favorite aspects of live streaming is that.
Yeah. Well, we were
Yeah,
just...
it's probably the most empowering part about it.
I think there's just a tiny bit of a lag when I talk to y'all and you talk to me, so I'm going to make sure I wait and give it that beat to hear from both of you. But we were just jamming out, at least on my channel, to the clip that y'all went back to back at TwitchCon last year, I believe. Was it 2024 that you did that set?
Yep, last year.
Yeah, that was my first live show. In fact, like that I got invited to. Mags invited me to perform, and TwitchCon they invited me as well to perform. So it was sort of like my first two real life shows all in a row, all in one weekend. So yeah, I was super excited for that weekend and to have Mags invite me. Yeah, it was amazing.
That's so awesome. You both looked like you were having so much fun together on that stage. Was that then, I imagine, the first time you DJ'd together back to back?
No, we had actually DJ'd.
Oh, no, actually, it was the second time.
Right. Because we DJ'd once. I was in LA and Mags invited me over impromptu for like a little B2B. And that went really well. We had like really fun, just like brought over USB, didn't really talk about the music and just got into a great flow and like crushed it. And so, yeah, we had like good DJ chemistry. And so Mags later on invited me to perform the show. Like, yo, let's B2B at our Audio Soul show.
That's so cool. I love to hear it, just giving that beat to make sure no one has anything else to say. I want to have a little PLUR moment here because, you know, it's obviously you've found your energy together and I believe you've met over Twitch, if I'm incorrect. But I want to have a little PLUR moment. What's one thing you each admire about each other as DJs, as streamers, as friends? I just want you two to give each other some flowers while you're both in my room.
Love that. Mags, you want to go first?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the reasons I connected with Valdudes from the start is just like his taste is like he's got such amazing range, but he like can understand a sense of, you know, underground soulfulness that I really, really love. And also, I just always have said this from the start, but Val is like my spirit animal. I always, it's just such radiating such good energy and good vibes. And I just knew like, just watching him on stream because it's so like raw and organic, you know, on, you know, live on Twitch, that you can really get a sense somebody's personality, even if you haven't met them in person. I just knew that we would really connect. I invited him over to begin with, and then we went back to back. It was like, I think we ended up going like almost 6 hours, and time just flew by. It was so much fun. We had so much fun. Yeah, and ever since then, I've just always admired Val's abilities as an artist, not just as a DJ, but he's been streaming for a really long time, before probably all of us combined. I used to stream art and IRL chatting before there was even a music category, I think. But yeah, love Val.
Aww,
That was so sweet.
That was so sweet. Yeah. Okay, so my turn then.
Your turn.
Yes, like I remember, seeing Mags, and she was like a big DJ channel when I was like starting out, and so I was always like looking at like, oh, who were like the cool DJs, like getting all the views and stuff. Like,
hell yeah,
and,
good job, girl.
She was like one of those, like staple DJs, and she has like such a sweet vibe and like amazing tunes, like really skilled DJ, obviously. But the one thing that I loved the most about Megs was like the events that she would put on, or like little parties. Like she would have like, it would be like a little birthday party or something, and she would have all these DJs over and like really cool camera angles, and like having like her friends, the chicas, that mix cocktails over. And I always like really liked how professional and really well done her events were and online. And it's like just so incredible to be able to now be like working with her and collaborating and like doing a whole thing together. Like it's really like come full circle, the whole journey of just me being like a little DJ growing and then getting integrated into the community. And I remember Max saying that, like, Val, my spirit animal. Like when we first started rating each other, like when you first start meeting people on Twitch. And I was like, oh, this girl's so sweet. I love her. Yeah. So we've had a good relationship ever since then. Yeah.
I love that. Mags is making hand hearts. I think everyone saw that for a second. I'm so glad I asked this question, because it not only did you both bring up things that I want to chat with both of you about, but it just underlines what I think is like the real win with a platform like Twitch and, the internet side of culture in general, is it brings people together who may not have met if it was just about running into each other on the street or seeing each other's sets at a club somewhere or an event. Like, you were able to find each other, and I can hear in your voices that you have so much mutual respect for what each other is doing. And now with Festival and other things, you can bring your shared knowledge and love of what you've built into the streets to other people. It's so special that you were able to make this connection. Other people are a part of it, and there's so much to explore. I don't know. It's very real PLUR. You know what I mean? You can feel the PLUR. I would love to hear also, I know, Mags, you mentioned about how Val is really a longtime streamer. You're sitting here telling everyone, oh, I was this smaller DJ and I was really looking up to Magda's stream. But you have been streaming for 10 plus years. What first brought you to streaming, to the Twitch platform? And what do you remember about those early days?
Oh, that's a great question. So I originally started out as like a YouTube game content creator, like video games, like literally started out with like Call of Duty and like racing games, the typical thing when it was getting hot back then in like 2010. Mm-hmm. And then I heard about this new website called twitch.tv that was all about live streaming video games that was launching. And I was like, whoa, okay, cool, let's sign up for this. And then I started live streaming on there a little bit, and really was sort of weird. In the beginning, it was weird. I was like, wait, people want to just watch you playing video games?
Yeah.
Like, this is so weird. Like, okay, I guess. Like, sure, I'll do it if they want to watch.
The dream, honestly.
Yeah. And so I started doing that and just got captivated by the live community aspect of it. People interacting instantly, not just posting a video and looking at comments hours later or whatever. And so that's always just sort of kept me coming back to it, is like the community aspect and I've rotated through different things. That's why like why I was saying I was like a smaller DJ is because when you shift up things like that, like you might have all these followers, but people were watching you for that one specific content. There are people that have watched me all throughout the years, you know, but you really have to, when you're switching like that, you have to build up your thing again, you know. So I've gone through like 3-4 cycles on Twitch where I'm like barely getting any views, and then it grows and I'm huge, and then switch it up again, or like I take a 2-month mental health break and have to build it up again, and so here we are now with the DJ community, which is like the best out of all the communities I've experienced on Twitch. This is the best one, like the most fun, the most connected, the most amazing.
Oh, everyone's saying to turn Val up. So Val, turn your...
I think on my just on my
Oh,
stream.
okay, sorry.
I have one mic going into, I'm using like 2 mics. I have one mic for the Zoom call, then another mic, which is my stream mic. So
It gets so hairy on the other side of the screen, let me tell you. It looks like I'm manning the space station over here. If everyone could actually see what's going on, like...
So many windows.
But Val, thank you for sharing that story with me. Oh, it's perfect on my stream, apparently. Thank you, Chair Bear, for chiming in. But back to what you were saying, Val, I want to give a shout out to Lister Storm, because I believe Lister Storm has been subbing your channel for 10 plus years as well. Did I see that celebration go down earlier during your set today? Is that the right person?
You did, yeah. That's one of those OG followers that he in fact shared in the chat that he had gone after school one day to buy the racing game so he could play with, you know, the Val stream, the Val community. And that was like, you know, 10 plus years ago, probably like 12, 13 years ago. Because that's just the amount of, that's like my partnership, the subscribers is 10 years long. But I was streaming like 3 years before I even got partnership, you know, just doing my thing.
Yeah, it takes a hustle, it takes a grind.
Yeah.
Well, you must have been so delighted when you saw the huge thrust into the spotlight that Twitch had during the COVID pandemic lockdown. I mean, obviously, lockdown wasn't great for anybody, but it really brought so many people to this as a platform who wouldn't have been here because maybe watching other people play video games isn't quite their culture. I'd love to hear, Val, from you how it was to see the culture shift seemingly overnight. And Mags, I'd love to hear from you how you were brought to the platform and what it was like for you to discover this and say, hey, I could do something on here. It doesn't have to just be video games.
Right. So I think Mags's experience is going to be a lot better because when that whole surge was happening during the lockdown, like I wasn't even DJing or I was off doing my own thing. I didn't even notice the DJ community like blowing up until like two years in. And then I was like, whoa, there's this whole DJ thing going on. And like, all right, I want to get into this. So I would love to hear like how it was for Mags, you know, her experience, since she's like one of those like pro DJs that came onto Twitch because of that.
Yeah,
so,
Mags, what do you remember about that experience?
Yeah. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay, but
yeah, holler in the chat if she needs to be up, but I hear you just fine, just so you know.
Okay, cool. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I can hear you guys great. Yeah, I mean, I was gigging professionally for like almost 3 years before COVID hit. You know, had a ton of gigs lined up, and then, you know, everything shut down. So I noticed a lot of my peers started streaming. And before finding out about Twitch, you know, a lot of us like tried streaming on different platforms like Facebook or whatever, and we'd get shut down like immediately. And then there was, you know, like whispers like, well, Twitch won't do that to you, stream on Twitch. So that's when I moved to Twitch and yeah, started streaming heavily on Twitch. Really, honestly, didn't expect much of it, just kind of did it to keep myself busy and continue to feel inspired to like DJ and not feel so sad about everything being shut down. And then, you know, I think a lot of people didn't take it seriously at first. You know, a lot of people thought it was going to blow over. And then after like 6 months to a year of the pandemic happening, you'd see more and more people coming on Twitch, and they're like, oh shit, okay, I guess we're gonna be here for a while. And big time DJs, like massive touring artists, like ton of people were streaming. Actually, it was almost like kind of hard to be like seen a lot of the time because there was so many people streaming. But you know, sure enough, we were building a community, we were keeping our community together, and we kept it going. And then eventually, when you know the bigger touring DJs kind of went back to touring, you know, like half the streamers like left the platform, and my community was still strong. We were still around, and I felt like, you know, I think I'm just gonna keep this thing going. And sure enough, we're still here 5 years later. And it's been amazing.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you have kept it going because, you know, same thing, like I was turned on to Twitch. It's like I knew about Twitch. I had a friend who is a professional artist, and she would do like paint with me classes on Twitch before the pandemic, and she'd always done really well on the platform, and so I knew Twitch was there. But it was during lockdown that, you know, I was like so many people, my attention just was like, here we are, what else are we doing? And I think it's amazing that you can connect with people wherever you are and showcase what you're doing, what you're creating. And it's so conversational, you know, like I said at the beginning of this stream, I want the chat to know that this is their show as much as it's my show. Like, if y'all have questions, you drop them in the chat and I'll get to them. But you also get to see the energy that we three have while we're having this conversation, which is so different from if I'm interviewing an artist and it's going into a publication or something, you know. And I love that human sharing aspect. And I'd love to hear how, and maybe this is a question for you, Mag, specifically, but also for you, Val. I want to know how the experience of DJing essentially in a room by yourself, but being able to have an active conversation with the people who are watching and listening, has that influenced the way you then go and approach a physical DJ set where you're not having a verbal conversation necessarily with the people on the dance floor? You know, you're reading the room, you're shepherding their energy, but like, I don't know, I guess I'm just really curious how your mind fits the two together now. Did streaming change the way you approach DJing? Does DJing change the way you approach streaming? I don't know, I'm just curious.
Yeah, I love that question. I think they're still like totally different. I definitely approach them differently, and I don't think like streaming a DJ sets is ever meant to like replace the feeling of actually going and experiencing DJ sets live either, for both the like viewer, dancer, and also the DJ. I just think that they have their own like different purposes. But it is funny, like when I tell people, yeah, I'm still streaming, like it's actually my full-time job. Like people in the industry, they're like, what? You're still doing it? Like, that's crazy to me. That sounds amazing. Like, I wish I had that, you know? And it is kind of amazing to have the creative freedom to really like do anything you want. When you're streaming, you can really go on any journey you want without you're creating your own space, and people can either join it or not. And definitely being interactive with the chat is like a huge aspect of it. I think it's you know, really important. So I think, you know, I just approach it with going on these really long journeys, switching up my flow over time. Whereas when I'm approaching like a DJ set, I'm considering so many different factors, you know, who booked me, what community am I playing for, what's the crowd I'm playing for, what's the time slot that I have, like all the, I still kind of approach the flow of my sets as if I were playing live. You know, I think about like, okay, my opener tracks, my groover tracks, my peak energy tracks, and then okay, we're bringing the energy down, right? But when you're booked to play a set, you're usually given 1 hour of one of those times. So you want to kind of bring an appropriate like energy or flow for that particular time, but also for the crowd that you're playing for. and whatnot. But I feel like streaming on Twitch has really like helped me expand my style just in general. I've really like opened up new like portals of creativity for myself in ways that I probably wouldn't have if I was just doing live DJ sets. I definitely find myself dipping into like more genres and finding, you know, ways to make them flow throughout a set, even in person too. And I find myself taking more risks too that I wouldn't otherwise if I was playing in person all the time, because you can't always afford to take risks when you're playing in front of people. So yeah, it's been great.
That was, yeah, please continue, Val. Go. Stage is yours.
Sure. Yeah, no, just echoing a lot of what Mags was saying, just the real experimental aspect, being able to explore all these different paths and journeys in your music is really incredible that streaming allows you to do that. Because yeah, like I don't really do live shows like Mags, but all the hours that I put in on Twitch, I've been able to, you know, get the technical skills down, but then explore like all these songs, all these genres, and you see how the people in the chat react to it, or the way that you like it yourself. You can sort of like really build up this library of these amazing songs. So yeah, when I did have to go do a B2B with Mags or do the Audisoul show, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna pick these songs that I already have that I know are lit, like that I've been through and are great, and you know, what's the vibe? Like, okay, like yeah, just go into that crate. It's like it allows you to spend so much time like perfecting your craft that it would have taken so much longer me just doing single shows, you know, an hour, 2 hours a piece, rather than being able to do it on Twitch, you know, for 8 hours, you know, multiple times a day or whatever. It's like you learn so fast and so rapidly. And so that's like, yeah, that's where I see where it's helped me. Like the streaming DJing has really strengthened my skills, raw skills as DJ. So now as I sort of try to transition into getting more live gigs, I already have all these videos and like social media following where I can tell promoters like, oh yeah, I have 45,000 followers on Twitch, and you know they will just think it's all from DJing, right? They won't know it's like, you know, from my 10 plus years of streaming. So like, hey,
yeah, you work it. You work those numbers. You earned them. No, I love what both of y'all had to say. It's so, you're both such interesting folks to talk to, and I'm like, there's so many things I want to circle back to and I have to remember, but one thing in particular is just like, I love how DJs feel safe to just explore so many avenues of their taste on Twitch, right? It's like, you want to make people enjoy what they're hearing. You want people to enjoy what they're hearing, but it's like, oh, but it's just me in my safe space, and like, I'm kind of feeling this right now, so I'm going to play with it. And you get that instant feedback from people, which is different from the instant feedback of, oh, everyone's shouting, everyone's dancing, they like this. But it's like literally a person telling you, whoa, this is sick, like, oh, I love that. And Forever Quest in the chat earlier was saying, you know, getting to talk to the DJ while they play is next level, higher feelings of connection, despite it being only virtual. And I feel that way too. Like, as the viewer, getting to talk to the DJ and say, yo, and hear them respond back to you is so cool and fun, because of course in a club, don't do that. You can't run up to the DJ and tell, I mean, you can, but you know, it's not going to be the same sort of conversation. But it's great that people feel free to express themselves beyond what they might usually do if they were in a club. I had DJ Craze on a Cat Calls some time ago and during COVID, and he was saying that, you know, he got so locked into playing like EDM and Moombatone and this trap stuff that everyone liked in the clubs, and then when he started streaming on Twitch, he was like, oh, I could do like an hour of rap. I could do an hour of drum and bass if I want to. And it got him back in touch with those things. Just checking on Mags, see if she's still with us. But yep, Rare Craze mention. You can check that out on YouTube.
I just wanted to speak more just about that experimental aspect. Like that's totally, it's like in one night, a DJ can go from techno to hip hop to rock to whatever. You know, those are like some of the most fun nights I've ever had, is when I'm just doing these crazy the mixes, going from like hard techno to like literally like a bluegrass song, but it's like the same BPM, you know, so you're just like mixing it in and just like totally throwing people off with these wild genres, and people are going like, wait, what? Like, you just did that? Like,
That's my
no
favorite.
way. Yeah, it's like you would never be able to do that, like in a club setting, be able to just drop wild stuff like that. So it's so fun.
Yeah.
Am I back?
You are back. You are back.
Okay, I'm back on my internet now. My power came back. Okay.
Yay!
Okay,
Thank
nice.
you, internet gods.
Oh my gosh. So sorry, guys. Sheesh.
No. Like I was saying, I mean, that's the fun thing about streams too, right? They're totally live. This is coming at you live. All
Live,
mistakes
raw,
are
unfiltered, baby.
yeah, exactly. You know, as someone who contends with that quite often, how do y'all feel about that aspect of doing what you do in this? I mean, I think the nice thing is that when you build these communities, it's like they feel very personal, and like these people know you and they know that you are yourself doing this because you love it, and they're here with you because they love it too. And so I think there is some grace with like, oopsie, my power went out and everything looks a little crazy. But I'm sure you've both been
That's
there.
how our communities are built, because none of us are like, I mean, some people are good with tech right off the bat, but I wasn't, you know, like it took me years to get a hang of all the tech, and for the longest time it was just me, a webcam, and just pure vibes, baby. That's how we built this whole community.
Hell yeah. I love a webcam and vibes. So that's my favorite.
And you can't fake it, you know, it's like, this is just who we are. That's also what I love so much about Twitch versus like Instagram or TikTok. It's so curated over there, but right here, it's just us and a camera, and like there's no editing, no script, you know, we're just 100%, this is us.
Yup.
I love when you look back at old DJ streams when people first started streaming. And that was the other thing, like how you were saying too, Megs, about how people thought like, oh, this is gonna blow over. It's funny when you notice people having their like anniversaries. Some are like right at the beginning of the pandemic, other DJ anniversaries when they started like later in the summer, like they were like, okay, I gotta get on here.
Yeah.
But yeah, just when you look at their early streams, you see how it was just like a webcam and like one light, just sort of basic. And then now everybody has like these amazing cameras, lights, the whole sliders, you know, the whole setup. Like everybody
All the
really
production.
developed. Yeah, exactly.
You know, on that note, Mac and Josh in the chat was talking about just now getting involved in the Twitch DJ scene, and as the longtime veterans at this point, I'd love to hear from your perspective, what makes a good DJ live stream good? What goes into it that maybe people on the other side aren't thinking about, or if it's their first time, maybe they wouldn't think about? And also just for you, like, how do you know when you're like, damn, this was like a good one? Like, what makes it, I'm sure they're all fun, but what makes a particularly good one particularly good?
Val, do you want to take this?
Okay, yeah, I'll go. Right, it's like, it's a combination of things, like, because yeah, you can go live and have like all the energy in the world, but maybe it's just kind of a slow night, there's not as many people there or whatever. So it's like what really makes a great stream is like having good music, obviously, but being like interactive, right? You have to be interactive. That's why people are watching these Twitch streams, right? If they just want to go listen to a DJ set, they'll just go on YouTube or Spotify or whatever. So you really have to like master that interactivity, but having the patience to be like DJing and not talking over like a good drop or a build up or like little things like that. Like it took me a long while to like really like get patient, where I see somebody in chat and you want to respond like immediately, you know, like you're like, oh, I want to respond to me, but it's like, no, gotta wait, like let that part of the song vibe out, and then when it's like sort of a breakdown, then you can say hi to people in chat and do your little things, like. But it really took me a long while to like learn that craft of like the streaming and the DJing. And even with DJing, like not being too rushed with DJing, you know, like just letting the songs do their thing. Like I had to learn so much patience, like starting with DJing and all that. And so those are sort of like the basics of what makes a good live stream. But then it's also the chat, the community. You know, it could be that you get a big raid from a random streamer that you admire. You know, like how I got raided by Mags that first time, whenever it was, and like then everybody they bring in this big community, and then the chat goes crazy and lit, and then that inspires you. Like, okay, maybe I'm gonna drop this crazy track now. Like, heck yeah, let's go with it. Like, so. Yeah, it's like just responding to the energy of the chat, but then also like taking liberties yourself. Like one time I was streaming and like the chat, you know, like there would be lulls in the chat, but I felt like, oh, the chat's like really dead. Like no one's chatting. I was like, F it. I'm just gonna throw on like some Backstreet Boys out of nowhere.
Nice.
And then I did that, and everyone's like, "Wait, what?" Like, dude. Like then the chat goes crazy. Like, and so yeah, it's just being aware of all those little things, and like just being interactive. Like that makes an awesome stream. That makes people want to come back. You know, they want to be seen. They want to be recognized. They want to have a good time. They want to forget about their crappy job or whatever it is for a little bit, and just like have a good time.
I like as a viewer that I can be at my crappy job and listening to the DJ set and be a part of it. It's like, yo, the party's in my pocket. No one knows. I've got my headphones on or in the car. Like you can join in from anywhere. You're in bed. You're all cozy. You've got a cup of tea, and somehow you're raging. It's a great way to do it. And I love the way you were just talking, Val, about interacting with the chat, almost as if that's like your third turntable or something. You're like, oh, I gotta wait for the right moment to mix in the conversation with the song and the energy, and that's so funny. But Mags, if you have anything you want to add on the subject, I'd love to hear.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more, honestly, to all of Val's points. I think definitely what makes a good DJ stream is balance. I think almost more than half of our viewers are lurkers, so like being able to keep those people in mind and know that a lot of people are actually not engaged in chat, and so knowing those kind of like musical cues, like when's a good time to talk or not, when you're talking too much or not talking enough, because there's going to be moments where things are going to die down a little bit, and you have to kind of come to terms with that, because people like vibe, they can sense your energy. Again, this is live, this is raw, this is organic, they feel your energy, so you have to like be able to come to terms with that and find ways to stay positive and stay inspired, and stay engaged, even if it's just a few people in your chat room in that moment. Like stay engaged with those people. And I just, to all of Val's points, I agree.
Well, I know everyone in the chat was appreciating the wisdom that was being dropped, and I love that you brought out lurkers. I want to say shout out to all our lurkers right now. If you're not saying hello in the chat, we love you anyway.
Yes, we do. We love the lurkers so much, and they're often underappreciated, but they carry the community a lot.
We love you, lurkers. Now, I know, we've been chatting a lot about Twitch streaming in itself in general, but a big part of what you're trying to do now as individuals and a group is how do we bring this sense of community that we found on Twitch and bridge it with physical event spaces. And of course, Festival is why we're chatting right now. It's why after I'm done chatting with you, there will be more DJ sets and music and fun things like that. But like Festival, I'd love to hear how the idea for this came about specifically, but I'm sure it's the latest in a long conversation of how do we merge what we're doing on the computer with people on a dance floor. So talk to me, maybe it's a long story, about how y'all as friends and the community of DJs you've brought together start to enter physical space together.
Right. So the way Festival came about was I think it was like November last year, and it sprung from the community, from the chat. Literally, somebody in my stream just casually said, you know, in passing, like, oh, that'd be cool if there was a whole festival about Val, or like a Val party thing, like something like that. It was just like one little thing, and Case like saw that in the chat.
Shout out Case.
Shout out Case Spowboy, the queen of Festival. Like she saw that and like really got inspired and was like, let's actually do this. Let's make this a thing. And then her and I were talking like, okay, who are we gonna get to help us to like make this a thing? And like we're like, okay, well, Mags Audi Soul, like she's already like a pro at throwing events. Like we gotta get Mags. And then we thought of TechnoCat because she's like super interested in bridging the IRL virtual gap with hybrid events. And then our other friend, the Forever Quest, who's not a streamer, but she's like one of those staples of the community as a viewer, right? And a mod that people know, you know? It's like, that's the thing. There's people that are like known in the DJ community just as like viewers, you know? And I, like when I was first starting out streaming myself, I would get excited when I would see like, oh, that viewer who I see in all those other streams, they're in my stream too. Like, yes, this is awesome. Like they want to watch me too. Like, so yeah, like, we got the idea for that. We got everybody together on Discord. We're like, hey, like you guys want to do this festival? And like, it was really just like, yeah, from scratch, you know, like where are we doing it? How are we doing this? Like, and just working through different little ideas. And then once it really got rolling on the project, you know, once we all got into our groove as a team and everything, then it's like really, it's just really been coming together. And it's so incredible to see everybody like lending their expertise in all these different ways. Like I said, Mags has her experience and she's been crushing it. And yeah, like just bridging those gaps. We already have that community built up on Twitch. So when you say like, oh, hey, we're throwing an event, everybody wants to go see their Twitch friends. Everybody wants to go meet these people that they've been hanging out with virtually for years. Mm-hmm. You know, they want to go see each other in person. And so you provide that place for them to come together, and they're going to come.
I believe it. And the chat is all saying hello to each other. I see TechnoCat, Case Spowboy, all in the chat. Everyone's represented. Everyone's here and live with us. And this was interesting too. Froggy Not a Con is saying that a lot of these things you're saying are things they considered when they ran Not a Con, a hacker convention. And actually their first year's theme was bridging the gap between art and technology. So it's really fun that, you know, this trying to bring everything on the URL to the IRL is something that we as a culture have been trying to figure out for a minute, but parties is such a fun way to make that happen. Yes. And I want everyone in the chat to shout out if they're going to be at Festival. I want everyone who's going to Festival to let us know that they're going to be there. I wish I could be there. It's in Los Angeles. I'm on the East Coast, so I'm far away. But that's the cool thing about Festival is you can tune in and be a part of the party even if you are not physically there, right? Like, am I getting this right?
Oh yeah. Oh, we're gonna be live streaming it, and that's where our friends like Pete Fox and the Sushi Dragon are helping out a ton, bringing lighting gear, video gear, so we can give a super professional broadcast experience, not just, you know, setting up a webcam in a corner and just doing a party and then the chat and the stream sort of an afterthought. Like, we really want to make people feel like they're there. We're gonna have like a crowd cam, like a Wi-Fi camera crowd cam, where, you know, there's gonna be shots of the people in the crowd. You're gonna feel like you're there at Festival, even if you're just at home. And that's what makes Twitch so amazing, is that you can just be partying at home, be like, all right, I'm gonna go grab a beer, I need to go to the bathroom and chill out, whatever. It's the coolest place to be partying, is the comfort of your own home.
It is. I love it. And we do have a bunch of folks in the chat who are saying they're going to be there. Alzavar is going to be there. Hot Sense 95, DJ Techno. I'm seeing all kinds of people saying they're going to be there. So, and also lots of people saying they're going to be watching from all over. Germany, Colorado, more people on the East Coast. DJ Hallowed is volunteering. I love that. I love that you have volunteers.
Yes, we have a whole like festival vocab going so far.
Yes.
We have the volunteers, and then the orb. You see Violet Sunset posting the orb. That's like sort of this like graphic element that's become popular in the festival community. But the phrase "orbientation" was coined the other day. We making proper orbientation with the graphics and whatever. But yeah, having a whole lingo thing coming up.
I love that. And Larry Heaven DJ saying, who's hosting the festival watch parties? That would be so fun if you actually got some friends
In the Discord.
together. Oh, in the Discord, of course.
Yeah, we
of
have
course.
we have a whole festival Discord. We've got places to join in and watch party together. So nobody's gonna be left out from this experience.
That's so exciting. Okay, well, I'm sure somebody out there, I'm not techno advanced enough to do this, but somebody should drop the link to the festival websites where you can get tickets and learn more information in the chat. Somebody should do that. Someone should
Yes.
volunteer to share the link,
I
because
know we got some volunteers in the chat that can help us out. There it is. We got Techno Cat jumping
Yay!
in.
Thank you, Techno Cat. Living up to your
Perfect.
reputation immediately. Doing such a great job. You're so
Perfect.
helpful. So
Yes.
I would love to hear, like, what are you most looking forward to about what you've got planned so far? From what I understand, you're going to have the chat projected somewhere so that like people who are in the physical space can be a part of that conversation, sort of, right? Like, and then of course everyone, I don't know, I just want to hear what you think is like going to be most exciting to see how it all comes together. And of course we'll have to see how it goes, but what's exciting you about it?
Yeah, I think what makes, Festival unique, particularly, is that, we're putting a lot of emphasis in the live stream. We're really trying to create like a true hybrid experience where both the online and the IRL are like really intertwined. And if you're there, you feel like you're part of the stream. And if you're tuned in live, you feel like you're there, you kind of feel like you don't have to miss either of the experiences. So yeah, I think it's more than just like a live event that just happens to be live streamed, which is like most of these kinds of hybrid events. We're like really putting a lot of emphasis on that. So with Sushi Dragon being like our main head production manager, I'm probably almost most excited for that, just seeing how all that's going to come together and what he has in store for us. Like, I'm super excited because I know he's excited too.
Yes, I'm super excited for Sushi Dragon as well. And just having so many diverse personalities from Twitch, like just the diversity of the DJs that we have, from like industry legends that have been doing it for 20 years to brand new DJs that are small on Twitch but still plenty of experience with throwing their own parties and events. Like just bringing all these different personalities and communities together and just seeing what magic happens when you bring all those different people together, because we're all united under the Twitch banner. And yeah, we're even having photographers there that are known in the Twitch community.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
And Miss Bricks is going to be vending. It's like really just a true festival experience. And that's what I'm so excited for, is just seeing what's the magic is going to happen, having all those different people together and just vibing under one roof for 24 hours plus. And it's just be so fun, like so incredibly fun. Like,
and also meeting so many people we haven't met before too.
Yes.
Like putting faces to usernames and all of that.
Yes, gonna meet so many people for the first time. Like,
that is sick. And shout out your brains, because like you said, 24 hours, that in itself is gonna be like an experience.
Oh, and it's gonna be like, for us, it's gonna be like 36, 48 hours, because we gotta get there at 7 in the morning.
Right, that's
start
right.
Setting up, and then DJ, and then I'm going to be emceeing, and then we're all just going to be, you know, making sure everything's flowing, going well.
We gotta break down.
Yeah, and
Right.
then we got to break down the next day. So yeah, we are going to be rocked to the core. Like, but that's what it takes.
It's
you
an
know,
ode to the stream. It's an ode to the streamathon lifestyle, though. You know, like
right.
so many streamers, like that's a huge part of what we do too. We push ourselves to the limits and see like how long can we go, like how.
Yes. You know, there's going to be people that go the whole 24, and then even at the end, they're going to be like, wait, okay, where's the afters? After this, we're going after this. Like, let's keep it going. And yes, like Case says, we're going to have plenty of chill zones at Festival.
Nice.
So those people, right, people are going to need an area to chill, vibe it out, decompress a little bit. Like, we're really trying to think of like all those little things that are going to make it comfortable for people. Having like food vendors, you know, we're going to have tacos, a taco vendor, people to get tacos and drinks, and a lot of other little things that we're putting together these last 2 weeks here.
That's awesome. Well, like DJ Raymond Enrique says, magic. That'll be the theme of the evening. And Lynn B says, I hope Twitch is supporting this. They better be, and I believe they are, right? Isn't Twitch also getting behind Festival and making sure that it's getting the love it deserves on the Twitch side of things?
Yes, so they're going to be helping us out with like front page promotion, social media promotion while it's happening, and then they are also sponsoring the event and having some staff members help out as well to just make it like the coolest like party that it can be. And we, you know, there has been some. We don't have official confirmation, but we've been saying how this is like the first community run event that's getting like Twitch support. There have been like Twitch DJ events, like the 808 launch and like Charlie XCX party, little things here and there, but we're pretty sure this is like unofficially the first community-led event that's actually getting some Twitch support, which is really important because ever since this DJ program launched, the DJs are like, yo, like, what's up with like the support, you know, because there was talk of like, oh, there's going to be sponsorships and all these cool things happening as a result of the DJ program because we're going to be taking that cut of money, but it's going to be made up by this. So this is sort of like the first like breath of support and life back into the DJ community from the DJ program side of things. So that's really exciting, and we're hoping that that leads to more great things with the DJ community.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I also wanted to chat about, just like you say, Twitch DJ program. In case people in the chat don't know, and it's new to me, I'd love to hear what that is because, you know, going back to the beginning of our conversation when everyone was in lockdown and really focusing on Twitch in these fun and new, exciting ways, DJing became a huge thing on Twitch. And to both of y'all's point throughout the conversation, of course, some of the bigger DJs who joined in on this live stream thing aren't doing it as much anymore, but there's still such a vibrant community of DJs on Twitch and the communities that they've built up around them. But it was always from the beginning this issue of like, ooh, music, copywriting, like, oh, what happens if we play a song that's from this huge major laser, from this major label? That was just my brain being wired for other things. But you know, if you play this like major label song and then it's like, oh, it gets muted or I get kicked off, or like, you know, it's always been a contentious. And when you're talking about art and you're talking about music and you're talking about technology, there's always this weird in-between gray period where it's like, what are we doing here? And who needs to get paid? And I'm just a small creator. But like now there's this DJ program, which is trying to find a way to give DJs space at every level to use whatever music they've got in their digital crates. But you are all better able to explain it than I am. So tell us about the situation in the beginning. Tell us about the DJ program and how it's been working out so far from your perspective as people who are really out here doing the work on Twitch.
Mags, you want to go for it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, DJing on Twitch has been a gray area for a really long time. And, we've all been enjoying it. It's been great, but there's always been like that thing in the back of our mind of like, oh, how long is it going to last? And there was always kind of talk about that. It could the rug could be pulled from us at any given moment, really, if they wanted to. So when we found out that they were, launching the official DJ program, it was mostly excitement. At first, everybody was really excited and like, wow, okay, now we can feel secure in our job title. Like this is like, okay, this is legit now. We don't have to like worry about that. This is like a real career now, and they're respecting us as such. And they can also give us the exposure that we need and we deserve. The spotlight that we need to grow the DJ program beyond what it is now and what it has been for years. We've all kind of just been like, circle jerking in the same community for so long. It's been hard to expand because they haven't been able to give us that proper like promo or front page support that they've been able to give like all the other categories. And even though DJs make up a in the grand scheme of things on Twitch, we make up a small percentage of the total streamers, but we supposedly bring in a big chunk, like a pretty big chunk of Twitch's overall revenue. And they're even shocked by it too. They're like, whoa, like how we don't know how you guys do that, but they want to support us. They want to help us grow. So it's a really, really important step in the right direction. And they are the first major platform to do it. So, we're all guinea pigs in this experiment. But, when we found out we had to sacrifice a reasonable chunk of our revenue, the excitement kind of died down. And we're like, oh, okay.
There's the other shoe. Okay.
There's the catch, Okay, we all got really seriously worried there for a second. But, it's the fact that Twitch is following through on their promise and helping, sponsor this event. And maybe this is the first time they're doing it, maybe the first of many. And maybe this is our opportunity to show Twitch that, hey, we deserve, a chance. We deserve more funding. We deserve more opportunities. This is like a real opportunity for DJs creating on Twitch. Twitch is helping create legitimate opportunities for us outside of just streaming. And so this is really, really important step in the right direction. And hopefully it's a short-term pain for a long-term gain type of situation. I think a lot of us are definitely still feeling the hits. But this is really going to be it's all a test, and we just need as much of the community's support as possible for Festival to make it as successful as it can be, so that we can show Twitch like, hey, we're here, we're strong, we deserve this, and we need more of this.
Yes, exactly. Like that. This is how big. I'm so excited for this because this is how big things on Twitch get started. Like regular things. Like I've always thought about other big streamers like Cutie Cinderella started like the Streamer Awards as this little thing. Now it's like this whole big production every year on Twitch. Austin Show has like the Lover Host. Like all these things where a community of streamers started up a regular thing, and now it's like a staple with like the Twitch community. Like, so I'm really hoping that this sets off that chain of events to where this is like a yearly thing, or we expand it into other areas. But to speak on the point of the DJ program, like, and yeah, the taking out the fees and all that, like that has been one of the biggest struggles of this whole program, because right before it launched, I was just getting my channel into like, okay, I can like live off of this level, like this can be my real job. And so that was, 9-10 months ago, and it's been really hard. It's like some months I'm really like, dude, okay, am I gonna have to get a real job here? And then I'm like, okay, no, okay, that we got some good support, can keep going. But it's like it's the last couple of months have been really hard. Like it's really been like touch and go. And like I've seen a lot of streamers who were kind of, like on the edge of whether wanted to keep going or not. I've seen them stop streaming, and there's a lot of people who have stopped, and it's not just like they're going back to their live shows. They're just like, whatever, like this isn't for me anymore, which is really sad. But the people that are keeping this going, like we're keeping it going, we're keeping it alive, we're bringing these events and raid trains and other cool things like that to keep the interest and keep keep everything fresh. So yeah.
It's a labor of love.
Absolutely. I completely understand. And I want to shout out everyone in the chat who was clapping to everything that y'all were saying about this. And I want everyone to give you more applause in the chat because of what you just said, Val. Like, this is a labor of love, and everyone puts so much time and energy and worry and concern into things like this. And, it's one thing when you're watching the DJ party stream and you're like, oh, it's so fun. I love this. But like so much goes into that, even just beyond the stream itself. And it's sad to hear that some people are, it's just another hurdle to get over now. And maybe that's stopping them. And, it's like, I understand concessions must be made, deals must be struck, business. But I'm very glad that the two of you and the people you are working with are taking on that load of being like, let's not only keep going, but let's try to find the next avenue creatively to bring this all together. And it's tough to do, and it's scary to do, to do something that is different from what people have done before. But what I've learned as a creator is like, you can't wait to have it all figured out, right? And I'm sure you both know this as DJs and streamers and just people. It's like, if you wait to have all the answers, you'll never do the thing. And you gotta be brave, and you gotta not be afraid to figure it out as you go, because you gotta just start.
So seriously, that when Case and I were first talking about this and starting it, I was like, I've never done an event, and like Case is like, well, I've never really done this either, and like we just do it, and I was like, okay, this is crazy, but I'm just gonna go all in with this, like what I'm not gonna doubt or whatever. I'm just gonna be ready to hit the ground running with this project and just dive right in. And it's like, yeah, it takes that, just you have to like get it going. And it took the whole team like a little while to get in our groove, because in the beginning we were like, okay, wait, well, how is this gonna work? What are we doing? Like, where's it gonna be? What about
That's
this?
what I love so much about you guys, though, because obviously with my experience, I was like, are you guys sure you want to do this? Like, constantly, like, you guys know what goes into this, right? Like, it's tough out here, especially with throwing events, and especially in this economy. Like, the margins are slim to none out here. Like, I hope you guys know what you're signing up for.
Yeah.
And you guys have always come back with so much, just like, we're fucking ready. Let's go. Like, we understand the risk that we're taking. We understand, but we want to do it. And like, we love this and we want to make it happen. And so it was that energy that you guys like gave me that made me, that like sparked that inspiration in me, that made me want to do it. Because a lot of the times, like, I'm just my own team, and it's hard to keep yourself inspired when you look at the numbers and you're like, this is rough, and it's a labor of love, like it's seriously, we do it because we love the community and the culture, and because you guys were so much about it, it made me feel like I want to support you guys and help in any way that I can. Like, you guys are a solid team and have fully, understood what we're getting ourselves into.
Yeah, no, it's been an awesome journey so far. And yeah, just your expertise with it, Mags, has helped out so much to bring it together and make it amazing. So yeah.
It's still new territory for me too, in a sense, though, because it's like, even though I have experience with throwing events, this is something new still that we still haven't really done before. So it's still, like, scary in a sense that it's like, oh, this is like, you know, this really hasn't been done before on this scale, you know.
Yes.
But I was feeling excited, like, let's do it, you know. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it first. Like, let's go. Let's be the ones. Let's set the tone, you know.
Yes.
It's fun to be part of the team that just says, fuck it, let's do it live.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can put your best intentions into it, you know, and like it's, you know,
Still be calculated, right? Like,
yes,
calculate
of
risk,
course,
you
of
know,
course.
But
you get to be a part, you know, it's so exciting. I'm excited for everyone who's going to be there, and I'm excited to tune in because we're going to get to see the beginning of something really new and special. And like, you'll all, you know, you were talking earlier about how you look back at your old streams and you can see how much you've grown. It's going to be the same situation with this event, right? Whether it's festivals to come in the future or things that are inspired by festival or whatever comes next, this is going to be an interesting beginning point where you can look back in 5 years and say, look at that, we were really just figuring it out, but look at how
even just a year, even just from when the idea was first conceptualized, it has changed a lot.
I'm sure.
Like, just even in the last 8 months or whatever that we've been working on this, we look back and we're like, oh, we were so cute for thinking we were gonna be able to do this and that, and like, you know, it just, in 5 years from now or whatever, it's gonna be.
Right. We had even more ideas, like, and we were like, okay, like we wanted to have like childcare set up for people that wanted to like come like with their
Shout out
kids.
the parents.
It's like, baby, you know. Yeah, we were like, well, how can we just make this all inclusive in every way? But we were like, okay, you know, liabilities, this, that. Like, it's okay, maybe not this year, but like, yeah. Like we had so.
We had to edit so much. Yeah, we had to. The whole process has just been like But that's what's so great about Val and Case is that they have they're big dreamers. Like they have such big ideas, and it's like we should be thinking that big. And I love people who think that big. You know, like I want to work with people who think big, you know, because then you just edit ideas down from there.
Yeah,
you know what I
and
mean?
those ideas come back around one day, you know. Holmes B in the chat says, dream big, baby steps to get there. I like that. I like that. Well, I see DJ Liquid Todd in the chat trying to figure out what track he's going to play to get his set after me started. So I want to say shout out you. You're coming up next. We'll probably wrap up here in a little bit, but I'm so excited to see what happens with Festival as it really comes to life. And I'm so happy to have been a part of this raid train and to get to chat with y'all. And I feel all the love in this community, like going back to what we were saying at the beginning, being on this DJ live stream end of the music world, it's like that sense of PLUR feels more tangible because you're really in it with everybody. And I love that about being a creator who, you know, I always joke like I live on the internet. It doesn't even matter where I am physically. Like this is where I am on the internet, and this is with my people who are everywhere. And that love is just infused with everything. And I can sense that will be part of Festival as well. And it's 24 hours. You're all going to be insane out of your minds. And of course, there are going to be things that pop up that you're going to have to deal with in the moment. But like, I hope that everyone who's there also just really enjoys it. Like, have a moment where you're like, we're doing this. We pulled this off. We're all a part of it together. We're bringing this energy from the chat onto the dance floor, onto the stage. Like, it's gonna be cool. It's exciting.
Yes, totally. Super, super excited to get everybody together under one roof, you know?
And Pete Fox, I don't know if this is a Val joke, but can you have parking validated at the venue?
Oh! Where is the vocabulary?
Yeah, we need to add it to our terms list. We need to make a whole Instagram post about Festival.
You should. That's so funny. That's valid, says GoPro Slow. Yeah. Val, you get that. I love any need, like when you have an excuse to make a good dad joke. That's really all you need. A nice pun to season things up. Well, as I start to wind down and we give DJ Todd Liquid a chance to figure out how he's going to go from a talk show to a DJ set again, but just so you know, I will play another clip of Mags and Val's back to back from TwitchCon to send us off. So there will be some good house music grooves coming at you, not just my mug and a bunch of word vomit, but. Is there anything else the two of you would like to share with me that you'd like to share with the chat? Anything that's on your mind, either about this upcoming event, about the rest of today's activities, about anything at all, since, you know, you don't have to worry about beat matching right now while you talk to them.
I was thinking, like, does the chat have any questions?
Yes,
like,
I want to remind the chat as well.
Right,
I check in as much as I can, but if I missed anything, please drop the questions.
Yeah, let's definitely open it up to the chat for a bit here. Yeah. I do want to remind everyone that we're running a flash sale on tickets right now, 15% off, code Festival15. You could just apply it at checkout on any of your tickets. So any of you guys that are on the fence or haven't snagged your ticket yet, now's your chance, because the code is going to expire once the raid train is over tomorrow night. So you guys got just a little over 24 hours in the festival, spirit. Snag those tickets while you can. We appreciate everybody who's already snagged a ticket and is coming through. You know, every single bit of support helps make this happen. Helps, hopefully solidify our chances of doing this again for future iterations.
Absolutely.
Again, this is a labor of love. It's tough out here. All your support means so freaking much to all of us. And we want to keep doing this. So, and I one of the things that like truly warms my heart the most is when people say, people who wouldn't normally come out, like maybe have social anxiety or struggle a little bit with that, when they hit me up and say like, I'm gonna come out, I'm doing it, I'm coming out, and like having the courage to like to put themselves in spaces, social spaces that they wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable with. Just know that everybody is welcome, and you have a community and space with us, and we want you there, and we want to meet you, and we want to see your face. There's nothing like being there in person together. It's honestly so special, and it's one of a kind opportunity. So
yeah, I love that. Thank you for saying that. And Val, if you have a question you want to answer, run with it. But I did see Huggy B asking, has the venue been announced yet? I am sorry that I didn't say.
No, that's okay. I see a couple questions in there, that I can answer. We have not announced the venue yet. I can say that it is in the Rampart Village area of Los Angeles. So if you're looking for Airbnbs or hotels, that's the area you want to get it. And to also join the Discord, because we will be sharing information about the venue, and there's all kinds of stuff there on the Discord, tons of info. Case has been absolutely crushing it, getting so many channels filled out with so many bits of info and places for like the volunteers or artists to chat and come together and get info. And then I also saw a question, will there be ins and outs? Yes, there will be ins and outs. We realize this is a super long event, and we don't want to just have people locked into one venue for the whole time. So
gotcha now.
You'll be able to leave, go back to your Airbnb, take a nap if you want, come back, go get some food. Even though we are going to be having food and drinks on location, you can still go do your thing. And then Oak Daddy, is there a way to support the event itself with money outside of ticket sales for those that can't make it IRL? Great question, Oak Daddy. I guess the best answer to that question would just be send Case money. She is like the treasurer. She is like the business boss of it. So if you really want to help out, just send it directly to Case, her PayPal or whatever. Maybe she could drop it in the chat. But like we had talked about doing like a sort of support stream, like we were going to do it during the raid train where people donate to help support it, but that didn't come together. We decided not to do it. But yeah, if you want to support monetarily without being there, you just want to help make this project amazing, send money to Casey. Yeah, because no one's making money off this. We're all, we're in the red. Like, we're just trying to break even. Like, we want to just make it the most amazing thing ever. So yeah, with that, we realize that the Twitch community is super incredible when it comes to support like that. And thank you, Oak Daddy, for asking about that.
Yeah, great question. And Case did drop the link to do so, to show some support with some tips. So everybody go do that if you can. I always feel funny when I'm myself like, I do this and it'd be great if you could support me, but I get it, I'm broke too. Like, but it just, everything goes a long way, and the moral support as well as the financial support is huge with endeavors like this. So hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's just us being totally raw and honest, and again, in the nature of Twitch and the spirit of Twitch, like, this is just the truth. This is the nature of throwing events. Like, even though we're getting support from Twitch, we're still in the red. It's just that's just how it is. And that's why everybody's support is super, super crucial. If you are planning on going, and you can afford to pay a little bit more for a ticket, we do have our festival daddy and mommy GA pass, where it's the same as our regular GA, but it's just a little bit more if you have the ability to support. It will come with little extra gifties at the door, and our utmost love and appreciation.
I love that. Sugar mommy, sugar daddy. I love that. Well, I think it's going to be, and it comes with free hugs from Pete Fox. So that's something.
From all of us. Free hugs from us all.
And yeah, and DJ Hollowed, if I buy it, do I get to call you daddy and mommy? I mean, who, Val and Mag specifically, or just like...
Hollowed, we call you daddy. You're the daddy.
Yeah.
You buy it. Yeah, you're getting called dad.
That's so funny.
Yes.
Unlimited hugs, but only if you pay. No, just kidding.
Also, for like, if do consider like leaving the venue to eat, just know that every purchase at the food vendors and our alcohol vendor is also helping support Festival as well. So every drink ordered at the bar, every taco ordered at the taco, just know that a percentage of every single one of those sales are also going towards supporting Festival, and supporting the vendors themselves as well. So please support the vendors at Festival. We'd really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, we're really doing our best to keep everybody in there, and comfortable,
Yes.
fed, hydrated, vibed out, rested.
If you need to take a nap, though, I get it. Go take a nap. But we will have places for you to nap if you so need to be and you don't want to leave, because that'd be me too. I pull up a dance floor I pull up a chair on the dance floor kind
Hell
of vibe.
yeah.
Like, I do that too.
I
We
hope
will have tons of lounge spaces.
I hope that we can get, for those who are trying to go all 24 hours, I hope that with that audience cam, we've got some check-ins with the soldiers who are going for the long
Yes.
haul. Like, we should have a
Actually,
little bit of
we
a
need
competition, Like, yo,
Yes.
you seem like you've been here the long. How is your brain? Like, let's
Oh my
get a
gosh,
check-in.
yes. We need gifts for whoever makes it the entire 24 hours.
Oh my gosh, yes.
We need some audience superlatives.
You're absolutely right. Yes.
I'm sure there will be some audience stars when this is all finished,
Right.
like just like you were saying, those people in the chat who are across DJ streams who become famous in the DJ world just for being always in the chat. Like, we're going to have some icons of the dance floor of Festival 1.0 by the time this is finished, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, there's definitely going to be like the little characters like, oh, that one guy that dances like that. I love, people will be like, I love that guy. Oh, there's that guy, or whatever, or the person wearing the funny hat, or, it's like, yeah, that's, people love the people watching aspect of things. I mean, that's what I was doing when, like, just last weekend, like, Pete Fox was at this big Hollywood Hills party for Bonnie McKee, and there was like 1,000 people there. And it was like the most fun people watching thing. There was like so many diverse people there. It was just like so cool to just like see all these like summer babes like at a pool party. Like,
Yes, people watching is everything. Yes.
I know, and at Festival, you know, the people watch you as well. You on the dance floor are part
It
of
goes
the event.
both ways.
Crazy Kiwi 77 wishes they were going. I know, but you can absolutely tune into the live stream as well, just like me. I wish I was going, but we'll be there in the chat because that's what Festival does. It puts the chat and the dance floor together, which is so exciting.
Yes. And Miss Briggs will be vending there too. Jewel made a note to Miss Briggs. Shout out Miss Briggs, another very beloved community member who also doesn't stream, but just very well known and loved jewelry vendor in the community. She makes super awesome Lego brick pieces, and she's making a ton of exclusive pieces just for this event that, you know, of course, can be first come, first serve. There's no guarantee they're going to last the whole event, so you guys better be there early and come get your exclusive Miss Bricks. Also stay tuned because we're going to be doing a giveaway next week too. She's going to be giving away 2 of her pieces. We're going to be hosting a giveaway on our Festival Instagram page, so make sure you guys are following our Festival Instagram page and stay tuned for that as well. And
guys, how much of a pro is Mags? Like, just look at her, just getting out all the pro, like hitting it from every angle, like such a boss. Like, big ups for Mags. Like, I'm so bad at that, like promo, like social media stuff or like going down the list, but you nail it, Mags. Like, let's go.
They do.
Nailed it. That sounds so cool too. I love hearing that as well, that like the vendors themselves are also an opportunity to bring this whole community to life. I mean, y'all go to TwitchCon. You went last year at the very least. Are you going this year? I've never been. You know, is that experience something that maybe informs how you're trying to put this event together? Just creating a space where all of a sudden the people from your computer are in front of you, or maybe you can bring some of this energy to that platform eventually one day.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's talks they're bringing the Dino Dance Lounge back, so hopefully we'll be back and playing again. It should be even better than it was last year. So, you know, the hope is that the DJs will be a strong part of TwitchCon again this year. Last year was the first time they ever included us, which is another exciting thing about the DJ program is just, the fact that they're able to like book us and include us and give us like meaningful positions at the con. That's like a huge step for us.
As
so
they
really
should.
excited.
As they should.
Yes, exactly.
Some respect for the DJs here at TwitchCon.
Yes.
Let's do it on the platform.
I was fairly impressed too last year. So I think I'm hoping they bring it again this year. It's sounding like they will. So hopefully stay tuned for that.
Nice. Anyone else got any other questions? We're getting up. We don't want to step on Liquid Todd's toes, okay? So we got to make sure that at least at the 2-hour mark at the 9 p.m., 5 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Did I do that right? 6 p.m. Pacific. Listen, I got into journalism because I'm bad with numbers, okay? This is not, I should have everything in front of me, but I want to make sure that if you've got questions, drop them in the chat. Otherwise, Liquid Todd is going to be bringing the ruckus at 9 p.m.
Somebody's asking, actually, I think somebody asked earlier too, and we forgot to answer it, but any future plans to throw a festival in Europe or...
Wow.
Yes, as far as I know, we would love to expand, but we have to. We're starting with LA, a big international hub, and so it's important for this event to go well if we want to hopefully have more future iterations in other parts of the world. I kind of think a festival is like a boutique TwitchCon. It's like it's like our little niche corner of Twitch coming together. Semi-niche, hopefully won't be too niche much longer, but think boutique TwitchCon vibes. That's like what we want Festival to be, and hopefully can travel.
Yeah, it would be really cool to see it grow and expand into other areas and markets like that. But yeah, just baby steps, one thing at a time. Let's get this Festival LA crushed out, and then, you know, we'll take it from there.
Yeah. I'm feeling good about it. I'm pumped after this conversation, and just after watching y'all do what you do on Twitch. Like, you've got such flavor with your styles. I love that the energy is there. Like, that's the interesting thing too about being a Twitch DJ, is you're not just showing off your DJ skills, like you're also a personality, and you know, that's kind of crazy. Not everyone who gets into DJing is like ready to be a personality as well, but you are being so authentically, and that's why these communities grow up around you, and you're welcoming of everyone, and that's what makes being able to make it from the URL to the IRL such a cool idea. And I hope that this does go well. I hope that people are able to throw some money behind it with their donations, even if they're not going with the ticket. And we'll all be tuning in for sure, showing our support that way as well. And I hope it's just the first of many. I hope that there is so much to come. And once again, thank you just for being the guinea pigs who are like, let's try it. Let's throw spaghetti at the wall. Let's figure it out as we go. Like, you got to do it. You're doing it.
Yes, and thank you for doing this interview and helping us out. You know, that's part of like the hybrid aspect as well, like just doing a little interview like this, not everything just music. So thank you, Kat, for bringing your expertise, and like you were so great. I loved all the questions and the flow of this. Like, this is so super fun. So thank you so much. Everybody, make sure you follow Kat on her socials.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And this has been such a great conversation. It's been such a pleasure having both of you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to chat with y'all and your community as well. And I get to be a little part of it. That's so fun.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for like highlighting this, chatting with us, holding space for us to like tell our story outside of just like our usual content. I think all the viewers really, really enjoyed this. I think we should do more of this, you know. I think that's the spirit of what we're trying to bring to Festival too, is we're trying to bring that cross-community hybrid experience. And like you said, we're people. We have personalities outside of just like our talents and music. And, you know, a lot of talented DJs don't necessarily like survive in this community or on Twitch because that aspect is so important. And if you don't have that, then, you know, you got to be genuine, you got to be real. And like, you know, this industry is full of a lot of, you know, not so real, pretty fake people. So those people don't tend to survive in this environment, which is also what I love so much about Twitch and this community, because it's so real. And yeah, we need more like content formatted just like this. So I'm really, really glad we could do it. I'm really glad we could like squeeze it into the raid train and how it all worked out. And I hope everyone enjoyed it as much as we did.
Yes, I hope so too. Thank you to everyone for joining. And yeah, I'm always down. I'm happy to have more chats with y'all in the future, one-on-one, more people. I was telling Pete Fox we got to get him on a Cat Calls, because I was really loving his set and his vibe, and we both have flat Eric, so you know, it's just something.
Yes.
But it's been such a pleasure, so thank you so much. And I'm glad to see people in the chat saying that they enjoyed it as well. I know, it's a different energy. You guys were all fist pumping with Pete, listening to the bangers, and then all of a sudden it was like, so what do you think about the intersection of technology and music?
No, but I love it because sometimes our streams are kind of like that too. You know, we get deep, we chat about things, and you know, I don't think it's that far out either. And the cool thing too is Liquid Todd, who's up next, is actually a really long time running radio host. He used to host Sirius XM.
That's right.
So it's not that far off, you know. He's definitely a radio personality himself. So I know he enjoyed it too.
Hell yeah. Excited to see what that first track's gonna be, Todd. I know you're gonna smash it. You're gonna pick the perfect one.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you all so much. One last time, give it up for Val and Mags, and thank you for joining me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will send it off, but we'll say goodbye to Val and Mags. Unless final thoughts, parting phrases.
Love you all.
Love you all so much.
Perfect. Love is the way to go. All right, thank y'all so much. I'll see you next
Yes.
time.
Thank you.
See ya.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, and look at that. It's just me again. The way we started is the way we finish. That's just the way things go, as above, so below. Thank you, everybody, for joining me in the chat. I'm so glad that you enjoyed today's stream. I enjoyed it so much, and I'm very, very excited to see Festival come to its beautiful fruition. I'm sure it's going to be an insane 24 hours or 48 hours for everyone who is involved in the organization. But one more time, I need y'all to really give it up to everyone at the Festival team, because it is not easy to put something like this on, and it's not even easy to do these little streams. So big round of applause for everybody who dares to put themselves in a situation where they are just making things and seeing what works. Thank you, Lynn B. Thank you, Alzavar. Thank you, Violet Sunset. Thank you, Max. Thank you, Filthy. Thank you, Oak Daddy. Thank you, Chameleon. Thanks, Val. Thanks, Chair Bear. Thanks, Hot Sense 95. Thanks, Chameleon. Shouting out everyone in the chat, and to remind you once again, I am Cat Vine. This is Cat Calls. You can find more of my cat calls on YouTube if you search for Super Cat World. That's my internet-based universe. You can also check out my newsletter on Substack. It's called Cat Scrawls. I'll drop links to these things in the chat on the way out, but you can keep in touch with me on Instagram at Cat Says Kill or at Super Cat World, and you can find me on the internet. How's that? I'm gonna play for you one last clip of Val and Mags back to back from TwitchCon last year, so you will get that energy up and a dance party going, and then Liquid Todd is right up next. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all have a great evening wherever in the world that you are, and I'll see you in the chat. I'll see you on the internet. Bye.